Hi guys, hope you're good. Welcome back to another video where today I am breaking down what I thought was good and bad about the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Week 1 has just closed. I'm a PS5 player, so I've been able to play week 1 of the beta. I'm looking forward already to week 2. I really can't wait to start playing with some people who I'm friends with on Xbox and PC. So that's going to be great. If you do that, like, share and subscribe. Put a notification bell on as well. We're on every Sunday, Wednesday and Friday, so make sure you don't miss a video. And if you want to see me play COD live, especially Modern Warfare 2, then check out twitch.tv/Gunsmith_. It'd be great to have you over there. We're building a great little community. But for now, enjoy the video. Alright, so we'll start off with what I thought was good about the Modern Warfare 2 beta. I want to start off with the Gunsmith and the way you unlock guns. So, basically, how it works is that you can level up guns. You can unlock them by hitting certain levels in your rank, which is traditionally what Call of Duty always has been. However, Modern Warfare 2 has kind of put a little bit of a twist on this as well. And now you sort of have these gun family tree things, where basically, in the beta, you've got the M4. You level up the M4, then all of a sudden you get LMG, and then you also get a TAC rifle. You say level up the TAC rifle, and then you get an SMG. You level up the LMG, you get the M16 unlocked, which is an assault rifle. And basically you unlock guns like this, and as you go along unlocking guns like this, basically you get attachments. So any attachments you get for the M4, you can kind of use on the LMG and the TAC rifle to then sort of, you already got attachments for when you unlock them, so you're not starting off with a base gun once again. Also, what I will say about leveling weapons is that you seem to be doing pretty quickly. I don't know what the max level is going to be. I think some of the guns really go up to like level 23 in the beta. However, it takes like, say, 3 or 4 games. You probably do it in 2 or 3 if you have good games to fully level these guns and fully have everything unlocked for these guns that we can get in the beta. Also, the Gunsmith looks like we're going to be able to come up with some crazy gun builds this year, which I'm actually really looking forward to, because I'm kind of wanting to do a little bit of a series coming up later on when Modern Warfare 2, the full game releases. I'm just doing crazy gun builds in multiplayer and seeing how good they are and how well we can use them. But yeah, I think the Gunsmith this year is looking great. It was introduced back in Modern Warfare 2019, where we can really customize these guns, and it's great to see it's being built on, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next with it. The next thing that I've liked in the beta, and I've seen a little bit of kickback to it on social media, is the perk system. So how the perk system works now is you get 4 perks. However, the first 2 are your constant perks, and then you have to earn perk 3 and perk 4 as you play the game. Basically, if you're staying at the lobby, you're going to have perk 3 and perk 4 pretty much unlocked straight away. And I feel like this is a great way to play it, because as you get, say, halfway through the game, all of a sudden you've got now maybe perk 3, which might be quick fix or something like that, and then perk 4, I think last stand is an option for perk 4, so I'm just going to use that as an example. Then all of a sudden, every time you go down, you've got last stand as perk 4, and you've kind of got these abilities as you go through the game where it's constantly developing, and I quite like how that plays out. And you can customize whether perks to what you want. I know there's different perks for slower players, different perks for people who want to rush. I don't know, maybe you want to rush building, so maybe you put double time and overkill on, so you can have a shotgun as a secondary, or a launcher probably when the game unlocks as a secondary. So you've got all these different ways to sort of play with perks, and I'm really enjoying that, rather than just having the standard 3 perks. Because I feel like, especially in the last few multiplayers, that I've had 3 perks that I really liked and then just never really deviated from them. So the fact that now we can sort of mix and match and really sort of, you know, yes, you might have these 2 perks to start off with, but then you can get another 2 in-game. I feel that really helps a little bit as well. So in my opinion, there is 2 good things that makes a really solid Call of Duty multiplayer. And the first of this is gunplay. How do the guns feel? Do the guns feel like they're hitting, or do they feel like they're just like shooting feathers and marshmallows and not really damaging your opponents? Well, I think in this that the gunplay is actually pretty solid, and the guns feel like they are actually hitting quite well. I like how they look. You can inspect them. It feels like an old school Modern Warfare game, and I'm really enjoying how they feel. I think gunplay this year is going to be great, and hopefully that translates into Warzone 2 as well, because I think the Vanguard guns especially, the gunplay for them just, I don't know if it's because of the not Modern Warfare 2, World War 2 EVA guns, but this didn't feel great when we were using them in multiplayer for Vanguard. However, these Modern Warfare 2 guns feel incredible. And the second thing is map design. Are the maps any good? Now, obviously, Modern Warfare 2019 introduced doors for the first time in Call of Duty, and it's fair to say that because of the way that their maps were designed, the initial launch ones, these doors really hampered how the game played. You know, you got people hiding behind them. There wasn't really any 3-lane maps. However, I feel like the maps in this beta are solid. I think we've got some really good maps. Some of them do feel a little bit big for 6v6. I'm thinking if we have an 8v8 or a 10v10 mode, then some of the maps will feel much better to play on and a lot more smoother. However, I think for the most part, the maps are good, the gunplay is good, and I feel like we're in for a very good multiplayer experience this year. Ever since Modern Warfare 2019 and the launch of Warzone, I feel like I've been hammering on about audio on Call of Duty, and they just cannot seem to get it right. Footsteps in this beta are incredibly loud, to the point where directional audio for the first time in a long time on Call of Duty is brilliant. However, and this is the issue, the footsteps are that loud that it promotes slower gameplay. So say you're running around in a building and say maybe on the floor below you, or maybe in the room to the right of you, or to the left of you, and I just stand still and can't hear my own footsteps, and I can hear only my opponent's footsteps, then I can 9 times out of 10 guarantee one what way they're coming from, pre-aim an entry point, and probably kill them pretty easily. It feels like Call of Duty cannot just get this audio right. I feel like the footstep audio needs turning down just a little bit. I feel like we're almost there. I think like the footstep audio and the actual directional audio is 90% of the way there. Needs tweaking just a little bit. However, I feel like we're finally getting somewhere with the audio issues in Call of Duty for the first time in a long time. And hopefully that translates to Warzone too. This is probably the biggest issue of the beta for me. It's the time to kill. It's insanely fast. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to Warzone time to kill or Rebirth time to kill. Maybe where, you have 250 or 300 health. However, the time to kill in this game is insanely fast. Blink and you're dead. Basically, I'm struggling to challenge maybe 2 or 3 players all at once because the time to kill is just non-existent, basically. It's like milliseconds, and I feel like it could do with being just extended just a little bit. I don't know. It's really difficult, especially, and I praised the maps just a second ago because of how good they are. However, there is some design issues with them, and one of them is head glitches. There's a lot of head glitches in many, many of the maps, and especially head glitches that look down long, long corridors, and you peek them, and you're just obliterated. I think the time to kill really does need looking at just a little bit. And I know I've seen loads of people on Twitter saying like get good and stuff like that. It's not the point of getting good. Call of Duty is supposed to be a game for casuals, and this kind of super fast time to kill will just turn the casuals off from the game. Another hotly contested issue is the movement. Now, slide cancelling isn't in this game, but it is in this game. Basically, slide cancelling, is where you slide, and then you might maybe double tap, jump on your controller. It stops the slide, and you're automatically sprinting again. That was supposed to not be in Modern Warfare 2. However, a lot of people have figured out how to do it in Modern Warfare 2, and now talks about ADSing to mount double clicking an ADS button. It sounds mega complicated, and it doesn't need to be. However, the movement does need to be looked at, I feel like bunny hopping's great in this game, back to the old Call of Duties, and the sliding, however, leaves a lot to be desired. You slide, and if you finish that slide, you just stop dead. Which obviously I know happens in real life, but this is a game, it's Call of Duty, and I know we're trying to go for a little bit of realism. However, Call of Duty works best as an arcade shooter rather than some sort of realistic over-the-top shooter. So I think the movement needs to be tweaked a little bit. Maybe just bring it back to the 2019 Modern Warfare movement ever so slightly. And I know slide cancelling has been sort of taken out the game on purpose. I would maybe just put it back in. I feel like many people know how to slide cancel now, and I feel like Gunplay is probably good enough, and the time to kill is probably good enough that slide cancelling really probably doesn't matter all too much. So yeah, let's just put slide cancel back in and just stop all this nutty movement nonsense, please. It'd be much appreciated. Now, I remember back in the old school Call of Duty, the spawns typically tend to be you'd spawn at one end of the map, the other team would spawn at the other end of the map. If so much of the enemy team got to maybe into your spawn, the spawns would then flip and you'd spawn at the other end of the map, and vice versa. However, since I want to say 2019 Modern Warfare, we've now kind of got team spawns where you tend to spawn next to your team regardless of where they are, and this basically means that, especially with some of the maps, maybe you're on a flanking route and all of a sudden 3 players will spawn in front of you, and because the time to kill is so quick, you don't have a chance. This also leads to, I think, a lot of maybe you go on a kill streak, maybe 5 or 6 kills, you're feeling good. All of a sudden you die once, you spawn next to teammates, they're maybe straight in a gunfight, and bam, you're dead again. And rinse and repeat, and I feel like you can rack up a lot of deaths very, very quickly, just as much as you racked up that kill streak. So I think the spawns need to be looked at a little bit. If we can just tweak them, just having map spawns rather than just, having team spawns, I think that will help a lot. Overall, I think that we're in for a good multiplayer experience this year. It looks like for the first time in a long time, they've decided to really put a lot of focus on multiplayer. I think Warzone has sort of dragged the focus away from multiplayer, especially in Cold War and Vanguard. I don't think they realised how important Warzone would be to the Call of Duty franchise when it first released back in the Modern Warfare 2019 days. So I think multiplayer has been neglected for a few years now, so it looks like we're finally going to get a good multiplayer experience. That being said, there is a lot of tweaks that do need happening to it. However, we could be in for a great game this year. And bear in mind, it's a 2-year cycle. They've got plenty of time to get this right. So I'm hoping that they do get it right, and I'm hoping that it is widely received by the player base. And I hope that it's good, because I really want to grind out a camel grind on multiplayer. I can't be bothered doing it on Vanguard and stuff like that, because it's just too many levels to grind for guns. It's too much. The guns don't feel all that great. I'm hoping that this year is going to be the year that I can do a huge camel grind. We're looking forward to that. Also, I think we're going to need a multiplayer, because Warzone 2 is leaving a lot to be desired. I think that we're now focused on DMZ mode rather than Warzone, and I think that needs to be tweaked at. I might do a video reacting to some of the alpha gameplay of Warzone if you guys would be interested in that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Modern Warfare 2 beta as well. There's going to be a lot of Modern Warfare 2 content coming very, very soon, and I'll catch you all next time.